Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Marlow York and I'm a self-published author, and today I want to talk about a different type of storytelling, sort of, and answer a question that I think a lot of parents have been asking themselves for several years now, or at least as long as Twitch has been around, and that is, why do people like watching other people play video games? The first time I heard about this, the fact that there are people out there who play video games and stream it so that other people can watch but not actually play the game, I had kind of the same feelings that a lot of people, I think, have had, and that is, what the fuck is the point of this? You're supposed to play a game in order to enjoy it for yourself, not watch someone else play. And then I started watching other people play video games, and I started to understand. So the first time I watched someone play video games was actually on YouTube. It was Dylan from Dylan is in Trouble. I'll leave his channel link below in the description. He does a lot of movie commentary type videos and just like chatty, kind of interesting stuff, but he's also played a few games and uploaded the videos to his channel. And the first one I watched, I can't remember which of the two I watched first, but I watched him play Detroit Become Human and Until Dawn. And I only really started watching him play them because I liked watching his movie commentary videos. I thought he was entertaining, and I was like, okay, so let's watch him do commentary on a video game or something. And these were games that I had never heard of, have never played. In fact, I don't own any gaming console, really. I play games very infrequently on my laptop, and I only have like two that I play at all, really, anymore, and that is The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim, and The Sims. So I was watching him play these games, and then after that I realized that one of the actors, or I guess two of the actors, from Detroit Become Human actually stream games on Twitch themselves. And if you don't know, Detroit Become Human used motion capture acting, or technology, whatever you call it. So the actors actually acted out what the video game characters did and so on, and as well as provided the voices for the characters. And I thought that was a really interesting thing because I don't know how often you really see an actor from a movie or a video game or whatever actually actively engage with that movie or video game. So I started watching Brian Deckard and his wife Amelia, who were both actors in the video game, and I started watching them play Detroit Become Human on YouTube as well. Then I realized that they have a channel on Twitch where people stream video games live and people can watch them live and comment via, what's it called? Instant messaging? This whole video is gonna make me feel old. Ugh. So I've been watching them in particular stream different games for, I guess, a couple weeks now. I don't know. And I watched Dylan play those games for the first time at least a couple months ago, I would say. And after that, I realized that I really enjoy this, and though I couldn't quite figure out why I was enjoying it, after thinking for a while, I came up with 5 top reasons. So these are the reasons that I feel myself, and I'm sure other people relate to, as to why we randomly like watching other people play video games that we have never played, probably never will play, etc. So the first one is pretty obvious, and that one is that video games can be very expensive. So it really depends on what the game is and the console, but even, I think the last time I saw an Xbox One for sale, it was still over like $200, like maybe $250, not counting tax, not counting shipping or anything like that. And then depending on, again, the console and the game and how old the game is, they seem to range from like $15 to like $45, $50. So all in all, it's really not cheap to own video games. And even if you just bought the console and one game, that's still what, like maybe $300? And a lot of people can't afford that. And a lot of people don't want to play just one video game, so you're just spending lots and lots of more money on video games. And it can really add up if you are a serious gamer. Some people consider that something that's worth spending money on, but a lot of people don't. So rather than spend the money myself, someone else can spend the money and play the game for me. And I can watch and observe and still experience it. The next one is also pretty simple and obvious, and that is not everyone has time to play video games. So most video games, and not counting really simple ones like card games, stuff like that, I mean like really involved role-playing games, shooter games, anything with like a story, you're going to play for a minimum of what, like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours? I mean, some people can binge forever. I pretty much tap out after 2 hours max at any video game, but someone like my brother, he used to play video games for like an entire day. And yeah, that's not exactly healthy or recommended, but still, not a lot of us can spend hours or even 1 hour playing a video game when there's other things that we really should be doing, that we consider more important, more productive. And yeah, we just don't want to devote that much time and energy to something that isn't really an essential, a necessity, even if it is fun. I can easily stream Twitch on my phone while I'm doing something else. I can be doing chores, I can be working on something, I can be writing, I could be, I don't know, doing a million other things and just have it sort of in the background and look over when I want to. It's not like it's taking up all of my focus and all of my time and energy. I think I sort of touched upon number 3 previously, and that is that by watching video games, we still get to sort of live vicariously through the player and still get to see the storyline even if we can't play the game ourselves. So in the case of watching Dylan play Detroit Become Human and Until Dawn, couldn't remember the name, I realized that these are some really cool games that I would love to hypothetically play for myself, but because of previous reasons, I probably won't be able to, or at least not anytime soon. But these are really cool storylines and just fun systems that I just really want to watch and experience, even if I can't do it myself. So I've said probably previously in other videos that I consider video games an awesome form of storytelling. And as a writer and someone who loves movies and shows and all forms of storytelling, I love to get these video game stories any way that I can, even if that means I don't have the time or the money or the patience or the skill sometimes to play video games myself. But that doesn't mean I want to miss out on the story. And so watching someone else play is sometimes the way to do that. Number 4 is something I didn't quite expect, and I guess is a little, not quite sure how I feel about it for myself personally. And that is, you get a sense of community. And this I feel more watching Brian Deckard and Amelia play video games on Twitch. I mean, they're really the only two that I watch consistently. There's some other people on there that I've sort of watched a little bit half-heartedly, but because I liked watching them on YouTube, I realized that I want to try to tag along when they're actually live and be able to comment myself and, interact with the story and experience what everyone else is experiencing at the same time. So for instance, the other day they were playing, what's it called? A Way Out, I think was what the game is called. And it's basically like a prison escape game. And the ending had a pretty significant twist. So we're all watching this game. There's probably 500 people watching all at the same time as this twist is unfolding. And I just know we're all thinking the same thing, just like, oh my God, how, why, So we're all just sort of watching this storyline unfold together, and it's like, yeah, we're not in the same room, we're not hanging out, but we can all type into the chat and be like, oh my gosh, didn't see that happening, blah, 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 and you can respond to each other, and, the Twitch streamers, the actual people playing the games, is there a word for them? Twitchers? I don't know what you call them. They can respond back to us, and it is really cool when, among 500 people watching a video, and so many people typing into the chat at the same time, it's pretty cool when the person who's streaming notices your comment and thinks it's funny and, actually, sort of calls you out in a good way. I don't know. It's a little bit gratifying in a weird way. I don't know. I feel kind of weird saying this. But yeah, there is a sort of sense of community that comes with being one of many people watching someone play a game and watching a story unfold, and if it's a game that you've played before and they ask for help, you can actually help them. And so, yeah, there is a sense of community that comes with watching people play video games live. My battery's almost dead, so I need to get through this really, really quick. The last one that I have on my list of reasons why I like watching people play video games is feelings of nostalgia. So, something I used to do, I used to play video games a lot more when I was younger, maybe like middle school, elementary school. My brother and I first had a Sega growing up, and I'm pretty sure it was something our mom had bought us. And my brother was a huge gamer, like way more than me, and he was much better at video games than me. So he ended up getting, you know, an Xbox, PlayStation, PlayStation 2. He had all the works, and he loved getting new games and trying them. And so I just have years of memories of sitting and playing games with him. We used to play Sonic the Hedgehog together as a co-op, and I used to watch him play games that I wasn't good enough at or wasn't really interested in. I watched him play through Final Fantasy VII, and that's one of my favorite games of all time, or at least out of the Final Fantasy series, I can definitely say that. And yeah, it really brought me back to this sort of simpler time of watching my brother play games and really missing that aspect of my childhood that I don't have anymore. So I need to wrap this up really fast because my battery is dying, but those are 5 reasons why I like watching people play video games online, and I think a lot of people can relate to these feelings as well. So if you like to watch people play video games, whether that's on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, like this video and comment below why you like doing it. If you'd like to keep up with me on my writing endeavors and so on and so forth, I'll leave my other social media links below in the description, as well as links to my self-published novels, Blood of Fire and Trail of Flames. So until next time, see ya!